Dr. King, a towering figure in the civil rights movement, once famously spoke about his dream for a society where people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. But what if we imagine him speaking not just about civil rights, but also about another kind of injustice? The struggles faced by musicians. In this alternate scenario, Dr. King takes the stage and passionately declares, "I have a dream," but instead of talking about segregation and discrimination, he focuses on the music industry and the unfair treatment of artists. He speaks of a dream where all musicians, regardless of their background, are able to pursue their artistic passion. Artists are able to earn a fair share of the profits generated by their talent and hard work. Dr. King envisions a world where royalties flow like rivers to the rightful owners rather than getting pocketed by corporations. He speaks of the need for transparency and accountability in the music industry, where artists have the power to negotiate fair deals and have their voices heard. Dr. King's dream is one where artists are respected and appreciated for their creativity and contributions to society. This alternate vision of Dr. King's dream sheds light on the challenges faced by musicians, who often find themselves trapped in complex legal agreements and subjected to unfair compensation. It highlights the need for a more equitable and just system that values and supports the artistic community. Dr. King's dream of equality and justice extends beyond the realm of civil rights, encompassing the fight for fairness and opportunity in all aspects of society, including the arts. It serves as a reminder that the struggle for justice is not limited to one specific group, but applies to all those who face inequality and injustice.
You may have heard of the famous quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." This quote applies not only to the civil rights movement, but also to the music industry, where many artists are struggling to get paid fairly and transparently for their work. You may be wondering, what are these injustices and how do they affect me as a music creator? Well, let me tell you. There are three main issues that you need to be aware of and take action. The first issue is the lack of transparency and understanding. Many artists sign contracts with publishers and platforms without fully understanding what they are agreeing to. These contracts are often written in complex and confusing language, and they may contain hidden fees, deductions, or clauses that are unfavorable to the artists. For example, some contracts may give the publisher the right to license your music to third parties without your consent, or take a large percentage of your royalties without disclosing how they are calculated. This can lead to you losing control over your music and its value. The second issue is the unfair split of royalties. Many artists are underpaid for their work, especially when compared to the profits that publishers and platforms make from their music. For example, according to a report by the Union of Musicians and Allied Workers, Spotify pays artists an average of $0, $0.38 per stream, while it makes an average of $40 per user per month. This means that an artist would need more than 1.6 million streams per month to earn the US minimum wage from Spotify. This is a huge gap between the value of the music and the compensation of the artist. The third issue is the difficulty of many artists face challenges in getting paid for their music, especially when it comes to international streams and performances. The royalty collection systems are often inefficient, inaccurate, or fragmented, leading to lost or missing payments. For example, some platforms may not report all the streams or downloads of your music, or they may delay or withhold your payments for various reasons. Some countries may also have different laws or regulations that make it hard for you to claim your royalties. These issues are not only unfair, but they also have a negative impact on the music industry and society as a whole. They discourage artists from pursuing their creative dreams, and they limit the diversity and quality of the music that we enjoy. They also undermine the cultural and economic value of music, and the rights and dignity of music creators. So what can we do about these injustices? How can we make the music industry more fair and transparent for artists? Well, there are some steps that you can take to protect yourself and your music, as well as some movements and resources that you can join or support to advocate for change. The first step is to educate yourself. You need to learn about the business side of music and how publishing and royalties work. You need to understand your rights and responsibilities as a music creator and how to negotiate and review contracts. You need to know how to track and collect your royalties and how to report any issues or disputes. You also need to stay updated on the latest trends and developments in the music industry and how they affect you and your music. The second step is to empower yourself. You need to take control of your music and its value and not let others exploit or manipulate you. You need to seek out platforms and publishers that offer fair and transparent terms and that respect your artistic vision and integrity. You also need to explore alternative or independent ways of distributing and monetizing your music, such as crowdfunding, direct-to-fan sales, or blockchain technology. The third step is to collaborate and organize. You need to connect with other music creators who share your concerns and goals, and who can offer you support and advice. You need to join or form collectives or organizations that represent your interests and rights, and that can lobby for change and reform in the music industry. You also need to raise awareness and educate others about the issues and injustices that music artists face, and how they can help or get involved. These steps are not easy, but they are necessary and worthwhile. They can help you to achieve your creative potential and to make the music industry more fair and sustainable for yourself and others. They can also help you to honor the legacy and spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who fought for justice and equality for all people. As he said in his famous speech, "I have a dream. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead."